2025 has seen the social circle playbook change. What used to work back in the day is no longer working and people are getting frustrated. I'm going to give you some funnels that you're able to implement, such as nightclub strategies, Instagram strategies, as well as in-person strategies that you can implement and build an amazing social circle full of really good connections, not just fake friends. Let's get into the video. What's old becomes new and what's new becomes old. That is the classic saying in marketing, and it's ever so true for building a social circle. Over the years, things have changed. Social media has done a great job at building out an algorithm, but that has had a detrimental effect to people's attention spans, but it's also had an increase in interest-based activities. We are going to be focusing on this because this cultural shift is impacting you whether you like it or not. The first framework that I want you to place on the scope of everything you do within building a social circle is called the INK framework, I-N-K. It stands for intersection, nurture, and key. We're gonna go break those down number one. So, the intersection. A lot of the time when people are trying to build a social circle, they look back at their life and go, okay, well, this friendship didn't work out, this friend, I couldn't make friends here, or like, no friends are in my city. And what it comes down to is this concept that I created recently called intersections. If you're running your life, so this is, your life and there's someone else, and they don't intersect, or there's no crossover, or there's no common connection, you will never ever meet that person. There has to be an intersection. So whether this girl's here and you're here and you intersect, that has to happen. Whether it's a cool guy is living a life and you intersect, you have to be the one to do it. Now, we can position ourselves, which we'll talk about later in the video, how to be able to have people come to us. But at the start of building your social circle, you have to be the one. So you need to drop your ego. You need to drop anything that you thought of before. I used to be this cool guy and hustler. You need to drop all that. I have a rule in my mentorship program that life rewards people that are initiators. You have to be the initiator. So when I'm talking about the intersection, which I'll describe to you in just a second, you have to be the one that intersects. With social media right now, it's starting to serve us a different algorithm. That algorithm is interest-based algorithm. Before, it just used to be the For You page. Whatever you kind of liked, it would throw there with about 20% of random stuff. Nowadays, in social media world, TikTok, Instagram, you name it, there's a plethora, you already know. It's starting to serve us interest-based things. That has had a big impact on how people see the world. For example, the nightclubs are failing miserably. Run clubs have taken over.
What started as an activity in 2020 amongst friends is now bringing hundreds of people of all ages together every Wednesday.
No one could have seen that. The run clubs are now the most poppin' places. I know in Sydney, where I was living, it was the most popular place. You were getting 2,000-3,000 people at a run club, let alone the nightclubs are struggling. And so what happened was, because the algorithm was pushing interest-based things, people started to go to interest-based things. This is why you heard the concept recently that the run clubs are the new dating apps. You probably heard that. And it was simply because this change in the For You page and the algorithm allowed interest-based things to come up on people's For You page.
I think run clubs they're a dating organization masquerading as a fitness pursuit.
Yeah, I could say that.
We're gonna go a little bit deeper here. Because that happened, people started going to events, people started to seeing a lot of videos that they were interested in. People could tag and people could share them with other people. And this is where you have to learn how to intersect. If someone was interested on social media on health and wellness, they started getting health and wellness videos. They started going to places that are health and wellness. And if you are playing Xbox in your home, you are never going to meet up with this person. So what you have to do is first ask yourself the question, where are the people going? The people are going to run clubs. People are taking their health a bit more seriously. The people are going to places like cafes and coffee shops that are being pushed on social media, and they're going less or staying less at home. Now, with a grain of salt to that, they're also staying at home much more. There's a paradox there. They're going out and doing only selective activities, yet still staying home a lot. Those selected activities used to be nothing, in the big C world, in the last couple of years, but now they're doing only selected activities. And if you're not there at the same time at the same place, you are never going to meet these people. So it's imperative for you to ask yourself, where are these people going in my city? Where are they going? Which restaurants are they going to? Which activities are they going to? Which gyms are they going to? Which restaurants? Which nightclubs even? Which places that people are being social? Which beaches? Which, parks? You have to ask yourself this question because you need to bring it back to basics. So for me, what I've noticed, I'm here in Bali at the moment, what is being promoted is health and wellness clubs. And so when you're going there, there's a heck of a lot of people and there's a heck of a lot of cool people. And you're like, wow, I go to a nightclub here, it's all just tourists. Not really, not my vibe. You go to the health and wellness clubs, the recovery centers, the gyms have got restaurants attached to it, they've got co-working spaces, and you're like, oh my God, there's thousands of cool people that are exactly like me. If they're running their life, you're running your life, and you do not intersect, you're not gonna become friends with them. They're not gonna become attracted to you, be that as it may. You have to learn how to do intersections. Now, big one is going to be social media and pushing out an Instagram. So I always urge you, the guys in my mentorship know this, it's one of the most pivotal things. And in 2025, you don't have an Instagram account, it's slim pickings for you. So I definitely recommend learning how to take photos. Heck, if you want to come to my mentorship program, I tell you everything there. So once we've got that, we've got intersections online through Instagram. We see these places that people are going to. We go into those places, go into the more popping places. We're going to find that we're going to meet more popping people just being in that place. It's an idea and a concept that I created called the familiar face theory. If we start to go to places that, again, people start to see us often, what happens is we stop becoming a stranger. We stop becoming dangerous. We actually become a familiar face. Thus, people start to want to get to know us, want to get to know our information. We want to get to know them, and thus a friendship is formed. You start to show up every week, and people are going to want to be your friend. Now, you also have to take the initiative and start the conversations. Don't be this lone soul in the back being like, I'm being Mr. Mysterious. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to start some conversations. Just general one-liners. Hey, how's your day going? Oh, I see you at this. I saw you last week. What's your name? Da, da, da. Any of these one-liners that just start the conversation. Hey, how'd you hear about this? Whether it's like the Run Club or something. Second one is nurture. In the Inc. framework, this is what people struggle with, is that when they're trying to build a social circle, they meet people, they have nothing to back it up. It's like if you throw a punch, but there's nothing to it. They meet people, but they have nothing to bring them back. You have to be the person, the initiator. So this is where something like a weekly event, a monthly event, some event that you are hosting can be very pivotal. So when you are meeting these people, you get their Instagram, you get their number, you get their WhatsApp, whatever it is, and you invite them to something else. See, a lot of guys are trying to get these girls and they just say, hey, you want to go on a date? It can work, don't get me wrong. But what's better than that is inviting them to something that you've got going on. And this is really cool. If you do this enough, it might start small, but you are actually nurturing them. You're bringing them into your world. This is what you have to do to build a social circle in 2025. You have to be able to nurture and build an ecosystem full of people that have a common cause. They want to have some fun. They want to enjoy themselves. They have common interests in mind, whether it's the Run Club, the Health Club, all these different things. And they just talk and they enjoy each other's company and they go do activities and they, as a collective, start to embrace the world, and it's under your umbrella or your ecosystem. So of course, when girls come in there, they find you very, very attractive. Of course, when high status guys come in there, they're like, damn, I wanted to do stuff. Everyone's bored, everyone's doing these things, but at the end of the day, I always know that everyone's bored and they want to be doing some stuff. So what better way than you be the initiator and start doing some stuff? We had a guy inside of Social Life Mentoring that did this, and he was like, Sam, and I said, you're not intersecting in these people's lives, you need to. He started a health event. By his second event, he found his ideal girl that he's in a relationship with, and he met a hell of a lot of cool people. And we're talking like celebrity status there. And I was like, damn, you did that fast, man. So it is and does work very effectively. And the nurture part might not be your event, by the way. It can be other events. I remember I was in Colombia and I was going to this one event called Sweat and Chill, where you worked out and then you got in the ice bath, and there was hundreds of people that went. And so it was a $30 ticket and went, and I meet heaps and heaps of people. And so they can be my leads. So it doesn't have to be your event. It can be inviting these people to another event you know of in your city. So that's why it's very good to know the know-how of your city, the events that are coming up, the cool places, and just start small, because the more events you go to, the more likelihood you're gonna get into the very hyper exclusive events. So the last one in the Inc. framework before we get into the strategies is K, and it's key connector. What you're gonna find is that there are certain types of people in your environment, in your world, in your city, wherever you are, that have a natural born ability to be able to connect with a lot of people. Now, this is guys and girls. They might do it for a living. They might be a real estate agent that has to go out and network to get people to know them, get people to buy their services. It might be a lawyer. It might be someone that they might be a promoter. They might be someone that actually tries to connect to right people. I remember one guy in Australia, and he was a fashion designer, and he went out to show off his outfits, and he was a super cool dude. And I was like, yo, you're the key connector. So the key connector is someone that you want to be seen with because everyone knows them and they have a bit of status in their environment. So if you hang out with them, you are going to also do this thing called ascribed status. So people are going to assume, oh, you know, that person and that person, they must have the same level of status. If I started hanging out with Drake, you would be like, damn, that guy's, he must be cool as hell. So the key connector is someone that knows a lot of people. And so when you have an event or you have something that you're able to host, as I said, it might start 2 or 3 people. You might meet a key connector and they bring 15, 20 people to your event. Now you look like a king. And also you've got an event for them to come to. So you're giving value back to them. And the cool thing is with key connectors, is you can learn a few tips from them, incorporate it in your life, and then you become the key connector. Super cool. So now that we've done the framework, we want to be looking at what strategies we can incorporate today. I already talked about the intersection, nurture, and then finding the key connector. There's some strategies in themselves, especially in the nurture of hosting your own event. But what are some other strategies? Well, as I said before, Instagram is a great one. This is a place where you can start posting a lot of content. And just because of the way it's designed, it will start to promote your content in your city. There's a way that you can also do it, which is boosting posts as well. And that's a really good way to get people in your area to see your post, which is cool. Now, it doesn't mean they'll be friends with you, but it's, you know, you're gonna get on their radar. The other thing too, with the familiar face theory is you start going to the right places at the right time. You start seeing the same sort of people and you realize, I remember there was a concept back in the day called the Fickle 500, that the same people go to the same places, the same types of years. But we're going to use it in your city. Same people go to the same places, restaurants, nightclubs, bars, at the same types of the year. And the same events usually happen. So you might miss an event this year. Let's just say there was an event in March. That's okay. Write it down in your calendar, because March next year, that event's probably going to happen. It might have been a fashion week. It might have been an opening of a restaurant, an opening of a thing, a birthday for a nightclub, whatever it is. Write these places down. So you like build a diary of events that happened in your city. It's a really, really good way, and it's a great way to know what's happening in your city. To with the nurture part, invite them to the event. Hey, did you know there was an event on next month? It was the such and such festival. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I'd love for you to come. We're building out a group that's going. Oh, cool, absolutely. Now you've got a reason to text each other. Now it's not this like slimy thing that a lot of guys are doing because they're very uncalibrated when they go up and talk to girls. But it's a way to be less like that and more calibrated. Within that, if you start to connect with a lot of people in your city, you'll have a thing called mutual friends. So if I had someone from the city that I did a lot of my social circle with, they're going to see, you know, my name's Sam Matheson, and they're going to say 54 mutual friends. Now, if it's a girl and she sees that this girl follows you, this girl follows you, this girl follows you, the girl's going to follow you. Like she already has these girls of very high status and they follow Sam, then I'm going to follow Sam. And it's a very seamless way that a lot of people don't think of, which is the mutual friend strategy. And it's dynamite. So definitely incorporate that. The nightclub strategy is going to be a way where you're just going to go to the nightclub all of the time. And instead of trying to get to know, you know, hitting on all the girls, you're trying to get to know the people that work there. I talk about the Red Bull theory, where I went up and got Red Bulls for the security guards, and they ended up loving me because it was like they're tired, they're down, and I give it to them, they love it. Okay, so that's the strategy you can do. But I usually worked on the managers, the promoters, and from there I actually invited these people that were in the nightclub industry to my parties. And what do you know, I actually became friends with them. So on Friday, Saturday night, if I was like, let's go to the nightclub, I was able to incorporate that. The last strategy is a personal brand. That's always going to be big. For me, I can go any place in the world and people recognize me, people know me, or people know of a company I worked with, and I just got to get chatting to them, or I have some mutual friends. And that's going to be huge. You're building a personal brand, people will recognize you, and that's a great way to build a social circle as well. The way that social circle has changed is less about putting in the hours in the nightclub, putting in the hours, but less about that, more about the back end strategies that you're going to do and going to the events that are a bit more in the daytime rather than the nighttime. And so this is going to help you being a lot more sober. This is going to help you get your fitness dialed in. And these are the pillars that we work with that are really good to increase. You get your fitness up, you get your health up, you're gonna make better decisions. There's gonna be something that you can incorporate in your life, and it's a long lasting thing rather than a short temporary thing. You're gonna meet people that you actually connect with rather than nightclub, 2 o'clock in the morning. Are they really truly your friends? No, not necessarily, unless you work on a few different things that can help that. And that's what we do in Social Life Mentoring. It's my mentorship program, worked 5 years on, and it's a place where guys can come in, learn the strategies that they can dominate their city, become a celebrity, increase their Instagram, attract amazing, beautiful women into their life, or they end up maybe wifing one day. We've had clients do that. So it's a mentorship program ran by me. If that's something that you're interested in, click the link below. If you want some one-on-one coaching, click the link below as well, and we can talk on a call there. It's actually me. Arrivederci, guys. I want to see your social circle in 2025. Let's get it.